look forward to the challenge of playing Jacksonville. They're a good football team. They're well coached, great organization. So we've got to come out and take the steps needed to prepare for them. And like any first game, there's always the unexpected. So you make sure you cover all the bases and then go play. With that, time's yours.
Andy, you said no injuries. Does that mean everybody's going to be full, all 53?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could you talk about the unexpected, not knowing, with all the changes they had, at least on the offensive side, with the deep lead and all that, what are the challenges that it presents knowing that you go back and look at like Minnesota or go back to Philly when he was with Nick? Just what are the challenges of figuring all that out?
Yeah, so the defensive guys, coaches have gone through and looked at all of the above. And but you got to cut it down, and you got to, there are going to be things that you haven't seen that you just got to trust your fundamentals, technique, scheme, rules. So, but they've looked at all that.
You've gone through opening week lots of times as a professional coach. Is it more fun each year, different each year? I mean, what are your feelings at this point when you got here, when you're ready to go?
Yeah, no, you love the opportunity to coach in the National Football League first. It's an honor. First game is one of many, but there's always that excitement coming. It's the first game. You're coming off of training camp and the OTAs and all those things. So yeah, you're excited to get it going.
You're also coming off the AFC Championship game at home, where you had last year. I mean, do you still feel that like you were so close and you've got that feel this year heading in, very confident about your team?
Yeah, I mean, you don't. That's kind of too quiet, but you don't. There's no hangover from that. I mean, we're moving on, and we've moved on from that, and every year is a different year in this league. I mean, it's just that's how it goes. So we're ready to get this one started, though.
Andy, when we're going into the offseason, we never really asked you about Chris Conley. Was there any thought process to ever bring him back? And just, how did you feel about that process?
Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about that. We think he's a heck of a football player, and there's a lot that goes into that, and Brett's got to manage all that. So, but he's a great person and a good football player. So, I mean, there was nothing there that we didn't like, and he's doing a nice job. He's with Nick, and they know each other and play together. So, there's some familiarity there.
What's the difference between last year at this time with Patrick, your sense of anticipation and excitement with him, and now though with a certain sense of knowledge of what he's going to give you? Is that a different feeling?
I don't think so. Going in, I don't feel like it's different. I'm excited to get it going. Excited for him to have an opportunity to start his second year off as a starter, and I think he would probably say the same thing. Although he's more familiar with that opportunity to start. I mean, he's been through that, but I don't feel any different that way.
I'm sure you didn't put any limitations on what you thought he could do last year, but did he surprise you?
Yeah, I mean, listen, to say he didn't surprise, he played well, and we expected him to play well. Now, I mean, some of the things that went on were historical things. So I mean, but it's that was last year. So it's a new year, and you go back and you get yourself ready for this. And these great defensive coordinators in this league have had an opportunity to study him the whole offseason and this offense the whole offseason. So that's where the challenge comes in. You got to be ready to play.
Coach, Jacksonville missing practice today because of the hurricane install day. How disruptive is that going into the first week?
I think they caught a practice the other day, and so I think they're probably whole right now that way. I'm glad they're safe. I mean, first of all, that's you saw the devastation that took place in the Caribbean, which is unbelievable, man. And so it's I'm glad everybody's out of there and in a place where they can be safe. And then, but they were looking ahead on it, and I think they got a practice in the other day, so they stayed a day ahead.
Is Tremont dynamic enough to go two ways if you need him? I mean, we just saw he's back to quarterback injury guy.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. No, he's familiar enough with both sides of the ball where he could do that if needed.
Coach,
Chase Litton was signed down there in Jacksonville. I know 6 years ago, Ricky Stanzi got signed by the Jaguars. When somebody's been in camp with you and through everything, goes over the team, like how much quote-unquote intel
Yeah.
can a team get about you by doing that?
Yeah, I mean, he's a smart guy, so I'm sure they've quizzed him on it. And but, you got 300 plays to choose from. So if they can predict those, they're really good. And, so that's kind of where we're at.
Andy, you guys brought in during the midway through the sort of off-season program. Do you feel like he's been through enough, played enough in the preseason to be a starter on Saturday?
Well, yeah. I mean, listen, I thought he had a good preseason. He was a good player for the Jets, and he's seemed to, he's picked this defense up well. So he'll play. I mean, I can't tell you if he's starting or not starting, but he'll play.
Maybe, I know you guys just brought in LaShawn McCoy, but based on conversations that you've had, how quickly is he picking up the playbook?
Yeah, he's doing a good job with it. These practices will be important, and but he seems to be picking it up pretty quick. I mean, there's a learning curve there that he's gonna, but the game plan's narrowed down enough to where he can learn it. We got to get through this week, get through the rest of the practice, so he has a chance to practice them.
Is there a chance he'll be able to go on Sunday?
Yeah, in some form, I think he will be. Yeah, physically he's good. It's just I'm trying not to put him in a bad position, but and we've got enough good players, so we're okay there. But I'll let you know the closer we get. I might not let you know, but I'll know.
How did Damien Williams just handle that news that, okay, this might be a little bit more of a share?
Yeah, he was great with it. That's a rough position. So the one thing you can do when you have guys like this, where you can throw fastballs at the defense, and keeps you fresh, and in that position, they put all these rules in for everybody else, but not for that position. Those guys still take a beating in there, and so it helps those guys get through the season. Yeah.
Coach, between the one-on-one awards and the Pro Bowls and all the time that you've spent in your career around Calais Campbell, just what have you learned about him as a person and what stands out on the field?
Yeah, phenomenal person, great leader, and real good football player. He's a big human being too. But he's since he's come in the league, he's made an impact, and on the field and off the field as a human being, a tremendous human being. So.
Coach, are you expecting the Jacksonville defense to be similar to last year? They were coined Saxonville. I mean, the same personnel, kind of prepare the same for them?
Yeah, so they've had a couple changes in there personnel-wise, but I would presume that they would be. They play man, and they play zone, and they give you a couple different flavors. They know the defense, and so they play. With that, they play fast and aggressive, and we'll be ready for that. For that challenge. So.
Coach, Jalen Ramsey, one of the quotes a couple weeks ago was talking about shadowing Tyreek Hill. You hear that? Does it go into a file, or do you just kind of?
Well, he kind of did that last year. So, and I've seen him do it with other receivers. That's a great matchup. I mean, for people watching the game, that's something to look at. Two good players playing against each other. Two great players playing against each other, and I know they duked it out last year, back and forth, and I'm sure that'll take place again. Sunday.
A couple more guys.
Coach, I know you were asked the other day about Nick and just kind of the journey that you've had with him from when he was a rookie to then coming back here and kind of questioning football, just away from the field. Just what does it mean to you to be a part of that kind of journey for him to go back to the Super Bowl, get the money, and then just kind of this whole process? Just what does it mean to you?
First of all, I'm glad he's playing. He's great for the National Football League. He's a unique guy. He's a great person, and does a lot of things off the field. He's a great family guy. On top of that, and then his play on the field is also good. So, and he's handled all that fame that he had in Philadelphia with the playoffs and the Super Bowl. He's handled that well. It hadn't changed him, and now this is the the reward here is that he has another opportunity to be the starter, game one starter for a team, and you know, I can't tell you I'm going to be pulling for him. I'm not going to be pulling for him there, but it's a nice story up to this point. So yeah.
Coach,
Last question, Karen.
have you ever eaten Mitch Schwartz's cooking? He's cooking for the media today.
I haven't, but he's takes a lot of pride in his cooking. Yeah.
You can join us.
Yeah, I don't need any cookies.
No, barbecue.
Oh, barbecue.
He's cooking
Oh,
with
barbecue.
barbecue.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So he does that well. He's put a lot of time and effort into learning that. So